I'm 6 minutes late already. You used the washroom. Okay, great. When did you come down from Ipoh?
Sorry?
When did you come down from Ipoh?
This morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
Went for a meeting.
Yeah.
Is Peter going there still? Stop already.
Stop already. I think last month we met.
He stopped last month already. And you are inviting him to come again?
So far, no yet.
All right. When are you inviting me to come?
Anytime.
Oh, yeah. I heard of that before.
You can come with Mr. Bernard. Yes.
Sorry?
You can come with Mr. Bernard.
I can come what?
Mr. Bernard.
Bernard?
Yes.
Does he come there?
Yeah.
Very often?
Twice a month. Yes.
Twice a month. And then he spends the whole day with you? Or half a day?
Half a day. Half a day. Yes.
Half a day?
Yeah.
How does he come? Train?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a jump.
Very lucky he can buy ticket.
Sorry?
He can help you to buy ticket.
I help you to buy ticket. All right, guys. We're going to talk about this subject today. No, this is something that actually this is nothing new. But what happened is that, okay, first I must explain culture. What is culture? Human culture evolved over, I would say, we don't know what is the time period in which humans became erect. We were all in force, and then we slowly became erect animals. Then we learned this sound. Sound was the key, and since we saw birds communicating with one another, large mammals or animals were also communicating. So we also used our call. And because of some reason or another, because we probably tried very hard, the vocal cord of an animal and us begin to change. Like in the case of a dog, it has got very pitchy sounds. The sounds are very low pitched. During this period, in communicating with one another, either by sound or by hand, whatever we were doing. Now I'm going back, I really don't know the period. I would imagine this would be about 50 million years or probably even more, I don't know. So during this period, we lived in caves, we lived in caves. As a human, we all lived in caves. And in the cave, now I've already jumped several million years and come to the position in which we are now called Homo sapien or sapien. Okay, I'm come to this stage. At this stage already, we've already have formulated communication reasonably well by sound, and we could make some not like a monkey, but slightly better than that. And so, in this communication, we begin to observe one another. And then, eventually, over a period of time, we already formed certain habits, like eating together, like going out hunting, and then we catch the hunted animal, took it back, okay, and then burn it, set together, eat, and talk, and slept, and so on and so forth. Now, in this period is the time when so-called culture, human culture, developed. Okay? Then, of course, this human culture never stopped. It is still in today's society. We also have culture.
Can we say the culture is created by human?
Yes.
Created.
Yes. From the very beginning, it is humans, the Neanderthal already probably had it. Then the sapient who built it a little better. So I can say very safely that this is how human culture started. But what happened was, because some went north and some went south and all the rest of it, well, in the equatorial region is where everything was. As the sun was there, we begin to fight with one another to take more or take less. That's why you find that deserts, we over-cultivated land, and the land became desert, and so humans moved out. They went to the north, and some went to the south, and so on and so forth. Then you have the different type of human begin to slowly develop to what we are today. So when you say Caucasian, you're talking about a Western human being that is got a nose which is much larger nose, because why? Again, very simple. When the air is very, level of oxygen is very condensed or in a very form in which it cannot easily be transferred in the bloodstream, you have to have a bigger nose to take in more air for conversion. If you live in the equator, you don't need that. You have a small nose, and you find that people who live nearer to the equatorial region, and if you spread Mediterranean culture, people can breathe little air and they can survive. But if you are living in the north, you're breathing a different again. So on and so forth. Okay? So it's a whole thing. Then, of course, in this period, we became Africans, and we became Chinese, and Indians, and Middle Eastern, and what have you, and so on and so forth. So, finally, we've arrived at this 21st century, and we identify people by nation. You are Malaysian. Malaysian does not exist. Malay, yes. Malaysian is a created one during your period or my period. Singaporean, which is a new one, who are trying to identify them as a race, Singaporean, then Filipino, and then Sabahan, Sarawak, all this happens. Then each one of them have a little things that they do in the home, which are different. For instance, they'll sit together and eat together. It's also a culture. Like when before you sit down and eat, one of the culture is, they always address the eldest person when they sit down and eat, they will say the grandfather what? Eat. Then everybody will say, and then sit again. It's a culture. It's a kind of a thing that you do at home. That's how culture came about. Do you understand what I'm saying or not?
Yes.
That's how the whole became Chinese culture, Indian culture, Malay culture. So we learn to dance a little different, and that's a Malay culture, or somebody come and beat it up, that you call it Pakistani culture, whatever. We create all this along ourselves, and we call that human culture or a particular nation. Like you have seen some people with a tall head, and they dance around with that. You see that in the Middle East, Turkey has got that. That's a culture. Okay? Let me now bring it down to home at home. Okay? Do you live with your parents or you live on your own? You live with your parents. Now, you have a culture at home. You have a culture at home. Huh? You may not recognize it, but you have a culture at home. Meaning, as an example, you go home, your dad is there, you wish him whatever. How do you wish your father when you go home? Huh?
I call my father.
You call your father. You call in English or in Chinese?
Chinese.
What do you call your father? Okay, so the moment you open the gate, you go in, you call his name, or if he's outside, he answers you or you know. That's a culture. Okay, and then after you have the bath, you sit down and eat. before you eat, I'm sure you will call your father. Eat. I mean, why the hell? Of course you want to eat, but still it's a culture. It's a culture, right? And then your mother as an example. Huh? It's a culture. In your home, you have a culture. Except that you take it as it's normal. It's normal. You don't pay very much attention to that culture. Okay? All of us have it. You guys with me or not?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, interesting, isn't that? That's what is called culture. Okay? So now, if that is the case, when did this culture came into companies? When did it come in? It came in long time ago. In fact, it came in during the time when humans were fighting with one another. We can of course go back, say about approximately 50, 60,000 years ago, when I had no more food left, or there was no more vegetation left, I will then go to another territory, conquer that kingdom. So you see them in movies all the time, okay? But a lot of that is very much very Caucasian oriented, Western. They could not have any food to eat, so or not enough, so they conquered and captured and bring them and put them together and become one, rape their women, which is all that they did. Okay? Now this is part and parcel of that. I want you. I'm bigger than you because I conquered you, culture stuff. Okay? In this whole process, actually, you should buy the book called Sapien and read them. It's a heavy book to read, but it's a very good book to read about the whole human civilization and all that. Then what happened? When they were fighting, sometimes they killed themselves too. And that's how uniform came into being, you know. So they wear a different color to distinguish them and the enemy. When one animal or one human wore something and fought with another one and won the thing, then the other fellows also learned it. So they begin to make different ways of recognizing, hey, this is my enemy, that is my friend, or this, I'm part of you. Stuff like that. From that, slowly, it developed when humans were a little bit more organized. Then came this period of the Roman Empire. Before the Roman Empire, the Alexandria period, and so on and so forth, okay? Where they used a certain type of uniform and they marched and went to conquer. But they were all conquering in the area what we call the West. But what they did not know, and because the distance between the West and Himalaya was such a big distance, and nobody knew how to travel by sea that long, two cultures developed on its own without any interference. Although there were a little bit wars within themselves, but two cultures. One is China, the other is India. These cultures developed on its own. But it's not a very violent form of culture. It's a different thing altogether. Philosophy, humans must be treated alike. You are a human, I'm a human, okay? We sit down and talk. Then came, in the case of China, emperor, the period of emperor. Emperor is God. The Chinese don't believe in God anyway, so emperor became the God. On the other side of India, different forms of culture were influenced. When Alexander the Great came, everybody came to the Himalaya, they also brought. And there was a Muslim culture, Muslims came, and so on and so on. Okay? But then, not until the 20th century, where you have although in the Western, it's not all British work together, all Danish work together, all Portuguese work together, all Spanish work together. There was never, in a company of say 25 people, meaning I come from Spain, you come from Portugal, you come from Canada, something like that, and then we have different cultures. You understand, no? You understand? So because we have different cultures, naturally, we have to find a common culture. That's how companies' cultures were slowly evolved. It evolved because of the First and Second World War. Because the First World War, when Germany started it, they had one military format, which is German. They fought against the West. It was not so great as the Second World War, but this time it was Germany, and then Japan, and the rest of the world. The rest of the world, Americans had their own uniform, Italians had a different one, Spain, everybody had, Malaysian had a uniform, Japanese, right? But it is the Second World War that created this huge thing about finding a way to make different people work together. And that's how they decided, roughly, although there are some trace to this, already in 1935, 36, there are some in the West. In the East, never had it. Not yet. It was only after the Second World War, this culture became a very common thing. What is your company's culture? Meaning, although they are different people, Indian, Chinese, Malay, whatever you are, but we have a company culture. Okay? They could mean many, many things. Okay? They could mean many things, but you formulate one. So I'm going to ask you a question. You have a culture in University of Malaya?
Yeah, we have.
But you don't know what it is, do you?
It's too big.
Huh?
Too big an organization. So every department will have their own culture.
Okay, that's where destruction starts.
Yes.
That's how you, okay?
Yeah, but organization per se, yeah, we have morning, the head of departments, their culture is health first, so they're all into their fitness.
Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
There you are, culture. Your company has a company culture, right? Is that what is your culture? You must have a culture. You have one now. So no, how? Huh? I'm sure you have it. You don't bother about it already, okay? I'm sure you work for somebody, do you?
Yes.
Do you have a culture, company culture?
Yeah, quite sure about that. Yeah.
I'm sure God, huh? Okay, but we take it for granted. We don't talk about it, we don't promote it, we don't even say anything. But give you some example. This is part of a culture of so you have many things here. Okay? Structure, processes, and information, and briefing, and whatever you do in your company together becomes a culture. Whatever you do. Okay? As a very quick example, for instance, you two as an example, you get up in the morning, okay, you brush your teeth, you bathe, whatever, then you sit down and both of you cook your breakfast, or it's a culture. Sit down and eat a breakfast, or when you have every house has a culture, every home has a culture, okay, which you practice. When you go into the company, there's also a culture. But that culture is never promoted, it's part of it. Like everybody should come on time. Meaning, you're supposed to be there 8 o'clock and please there earlier. Everybody have their breakfast and come in, or they come in and have a breakfast. whatever that is, okay? So it's a kind of, also, when you want to apply a leave, you have to fill a form. So that's culture. See that? The pocket then start to break it down. Vision, mission, all sorts of things started. The purpose of that was to bring people together.
Can we say culture is to have a proper system?
Sorry? Yes. Then you have the ISO as an example. Okay, you have your ISO, your many types of system. Okay, systems. You can see that infrastructure within the company, okay, policies, procedures, processes, and we keep on doing it. But does it bring people together? It doesn't actually. It doesn't. They'll say the company administration, company rule, these people don't like. Because humans don't like to be contained. We don't like to be changed. This is the problem. Okay? So there you are. Become culture. Okay? Then we have many things. Organization culture, leadership culture, people, and so on. Right? So you have a whole lot of everything. So the question you should ask yourself is, why the hell did we want to do this subject? Why do we want to talk to you? Why do I want to talk? Sunita decided, right? No, this one. Sundar started it. Okay? Is that what happened? Who decided to put the subject? Huh? You and Sunita, right? Okay, that's what they did. Why? Don't know. Just put that up. Let me talk about it, okay?
In my point of view, culture is, it either brings people together or it breaks people.
Well, actually, today, these cultures that we talk about does not bring people together.
Does not bring people together. But if we don't even have anything to hold on, then how?
See, if you want to do all this, then you must have a very good, strict enforcement to make it happen. So in Singapore, okay, although the entire country is very restrictive, meaning that you have to do, there's a law which you must obey. You break the law, you will be punished. Not like Malaysia, we have the law, we don't know how to enforce it, so everybody breaks the law. I saw a typical example, even when coming here, there was a red light to stop. But another car came, he went up, we can look around, no other car he went. Does that mean that he doesn't have a culture? Of course he has a culture.
Do you think population is the reason? Population, we got too many people.
Yes, as the population becomes bigger, as you say, and nobody, even at home, in the old days, family, Chinese and Indian families are a very good example. 200 people can live in one house as a family. So you can imagine how big the house is.
Today, two people cannot live together.
Sorry?
But two people cannot live together.
No, yeah, but now. But I must tell you, Pakya, you go to India, you go to China, you can see families, 200 more people live in one location, one house. I've been to that house. Nowadays, they only go back during Chinese New Year. Okay? They go. But there is, in India, it's very common. If you go to any village, you will find that, everybody is living, the family, although they live in the same house, they are living close by. Each one has a house of its own. It's a big, maybe 20, 30 acres of land. Have that, which binds them together, which puts them together. We may not see it now, but if you go back in 1960, usually the grandfather would make a big house for the son, and your fourth son, there will always be 4 different houses or something like that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right? But that will slowly fade away. So you're right, in the sense that each one of us then create a whole little culture. Then you have a family, and in your family you have certain things you must do, also culture. So it can give you some idea. So how do I relate this to people like you all? How does it come? First and foremost, the mistaken notion is that, see, this is the key to the failure. Meaning that HR is supposed to be responsible for developing this culture. Wrong. Cultures cannot be dictated and done by HR. Cannot. It has to come from the very top. The owner must be the one to start it. A CEO who's been you pick up a CEO and put him as in charge, he can't build a culture. You're working for a company, the owner is still alive, right? Yes? Yes? So he has a culture. And he wants a company to be done this way, or he has certain policy. He's all the time telling people, right? He's building a culture. Okay, you may question that, but that's what he wants. If you want to work with a company, you must follow that culture. It's like living in his house. You must follow his rule. We don't call it law. We use a word called dharma. Meaning, this is the way it is done in dharma. So you call it dharma culture, meaning the law of the land, the law of the house. That's why the word Bodhi Dharma, which is very famous in China, comes the same thing. He's the one who brought over the Buddhist form, okay, of something which he called self. Examine yourself, called Bodhi Dharma, which is, you go to Shaolin in Xian, there you have a lot of that, okay? So it does exist. Is it applicable today? You go and join a big company. They put all kinds of sign, says that our people, our assets, and they put a lot of things. But you and I don't believe in it. You don't believe in it? I don't believe in it. Isn't it true? Just take it as a statement. That's why culture has more or less come down to the level it is of no point now. So people don't pursue. In the 60s to the 80s, they were hammering this away to bring people together. I doubt very much it will survive. But there is good and there's bad. The good thing is, if all of us, as an example, practice certain things. Like, you've taken this culture to the extent that even societies have uniform. Like UMNO has got a uniform. All that is very primitive. You take Apple as a company. You can come with short pen, long pen, no pen also can. Doesn't matter how you dress. Okay? And this is another culture. Started out by Steve Jobs. Putting the phone at the back of your pocket is Steve Jobs culture, which a lot of women practice today. They're putting the iPhone there, or any phone for the matter. So you see, that's what. But does every company do that? Well, in the old days when I first joined the company, every one of us who are in that executive position must wear a light blue shirt and a dark blue pants. And you must have a leather shoe. And you must have a tie. And you must have a jacket. Culture. Today, may not exist. Nowadays, people come to work with rubber shoe. Sneakers, they come with. Yes or no? Do you understand? So, like that, okay? So, let me put it this way, okay? Let me put it this way. No company is spending time trying to lecture. Nowadays they talk about a different sort of culture, which is called everything must be looked in a positive way. Does it benefit? And then they talk about customer service, and customer is important, and you try to talk about it, but you know very well, the company that says customer is our asset, and all that, you know, they don't care for it. As long as you buy their product, they care for you. The moment they don't buy the product, they couldn't care for you. But that's a culture. Yes or not? So a lot of us, what we talk about may not be what we believe. And when you don't believe, does the culture work or not? It won't work, you see. Isn't it? Yeah? Is Malaysian culture corruption? Yes. Say yes? Yes or not? Why is it like that? Why is the culture like that? Very simple, but the private sector want to move on, want to make money. I, government servant, cannot make money on. So what do I do? My culture is to hinder you from doing it. You want permit this and the other? I stop you. Hey, this one no signature, cannot approve. So my culture is to prevent you from progress. You pay me, okay, I release. No benefit for me. Understand? This is Malaysia culture. Singapore is different. They make it easy. As long as progress, you go ahead. Get it done. Anybody stop you, report him. And I will chop up his grandfather's grave. Burn it. That's Singapore. Malaysia cannot. Understand? Okay, take China as an example. China is a corrupted country, right? Yes or not? Yes or not? I see. But corruption is very good in China. And good for China. Very good for China. It works. But corruption is very bad for India. Why is it? India is good and China is bad. Why? Do you know why? Do you know why? You don't know why. India is very simple. Private ownership has been there for 300-400 years. You can own a land, you can own a business, you can do whatever. Private industry is 97% of India economy. No state owned don't exist. Everything is private. So the government servant are state owned, right? You come to me for license, right? No, you use the wrong paper, cannot. I prevent you so I can get something out of it. It's bad for India's progress. China is different. China did not have private enterprise. They only one government, state enterprise. But they have a system from the 13th century, which is provincial rule, province. Within the province, they have then subdivided that into territory, county, whatever you call it, okay? And the simple thing is, this system existed. Now only in the last 20, 30 years, Deng Xiaoping is the one who said, okay, you live in this house, it is state-owned. Okay, it is not correct. So let the state sell you the house. This is your house. You pay a certain, but all these were government servants that work with the state, so they paid a small fee, they got a house. That's private ownership. That's enough 30, 40 years old only. Okay, the state gave you permission. But here's the best part of China, and that is, Deng Xiaoping thought of this idea, very clever idea. Each of the province that is in China, they are independent. That I think altogether 14 or 15 provinces. In China got 14 or 13 or 14 provinces. Each of the province compete with one another. each of the provincial head, like a governor of a province, okay, that governor is not from that province, he will be from another province. That's a Communist Party rule again. You do something in a small way, then you do successfully, you're promoted. So our Xi Jinping has been the provincial governor of at least 7 or 6 provinces. And he has made each one of them successful. That's why he's the president of China. And during this period, what they did was very good. Because I remember I explained to you, state-owned. State means government, right? You private sector. You come to me, I stop you from moving on. So what they did was very clever. They said, okay, you want to do this? You, private, me, state, we do this together. I give you the land, you put the money. Whatever profit you make, you must share with the state. You understand now? Which is very unique. So in other words, I do not prevent you from doing something, I help you to succeed. Of course, within that, there was some corruption also, that still exists, okay? That's why Xi Jinping is very hard on this, okay? But it's so far the system is good for China, but very bad for India. Because of this simple thing, state-owned, 100% China, once upon a time. Private enterprise don't exist, did not exist. That's why a lot of Chinese ran away from China and came to many parts of Asia. In the case of Indians, as an example, they were literally brought out of India, literally brought out as slaves. Okay? The term they did not use was slave, but they call it intended labor. Intended labor, meaning slave. Yeah, people like my grandfather came as a slave. That's a fact. You can call it whatever you know, a fact slave. They were literally taken, uprooted, brought out. But in this process, what happened in the case of India was because it is such a vast land, and because they've already private industry, the private thrived on its own without the state. So that's why you have problem in India because of so many divided parties and so much of complication. It is not easy. Whereas the case of China, they saw this as a welcome. That's why when they became privatized, the housing, the value of houses and all that went up. To this extent, ever since the privatization came up, they've gone up by 600%. Okay, then we see that, okay, let me not talk about that part of it, but just to say, okay, so you see, what happened was that this was seen as not so good. So that's why many companies have started back again talking about positive culture. What is a positive culture? Not to talk negatively about things, but to talk positively. In other words, to encourage people to do the things that's good for the company. This is what they are promoting now. In this process, I mean, yes.
But small group can do, right? If it's a big group, say
Okay.
about 5,000.
Absolutely right.
6,000.
The smaller it is easy to manage the culture. Okay, usually one man starts a business.
What size are you looking at?
Maximum number is 36 people. In an organization, it's easy to do it. Anything above 36, it becomes very difficult. So the smaller the organization, the easier to promote culture. What you are trying to do in this particular culture is behavior. See, what you want is the people in the organization's behavior. All they want is their behavior must be consistent and must be observed. See this? These are the two things. I observe and then I see, I watch you, so you are doing it in order to promote what you are doing. Like for instance, customer come, what do you want? Huh? I cannot. Yes, that's culture. Behavior pattern changes. So you understand this? Behavior. Okay? You cannot draw a rule, these are the 10 things you must do. It won't happen. It must be promoted. The problem today is the people who set the culture are not following it themselves. Because they don't follow it, other people also don't follow it. See the problem, huh?
They don't walk the talk.
You cannot walk the talk. That's why countries have problems. Government has problems. You see, it is a culture in our country to go to office and then go to breakfast. This is not the culture in the West, but it is a culture in Malaysia. You can't do that in China. They can do that in Malaysia. In the Philippines, it is a culture to come late.
What's the reason? Is it enforcement or no checking?
What's the reason why?
People go for breakfast and then time,
Yes,
working time.
Yes, correct. In our culture,
Ah.
in Malay, it is something that they accept it as a norm. Meaning I come to work. After coming to work, I go for breakfast. Because food is cheap. Okay? They don't sit and eat together. They don't. Whether in the morning or in the evening or in the midday. We never sit together to eat. We go out and eat. Again, because of this, it's easy. And I clock in already, I go for breakfast. Meeting, use word meeting or something like that. You know it's wrong, but you still do it. Such a culture cannot exist in the Western world. You come to work, and you must clock in the 8 hours or the 7 hours. Even sales people, okay? That's a strict control thing. Okay, why did it started off in the government department? It's rampant. They're trying to withdraw with this economy downturn. Nowadays, meeting got no more food, right? Am I correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
No more, correct? Slowly. So this is one way they're going to get rid of it. Okay? I don't know how long it will take, but eventually it probably change. Okay? In the Western world, when you go for a meeting, about the only thing you get is water, plain water or soda. At the best, you get some tea, coffee, and some biscuits. That's what you get. Regardless of what meeting, you go to a very big meeting, water, there will be water for you to drink. They won't offer you coffee or tea or biscuit. Okay? So, different. Again, you see, the thing is this. Today, we are in a constant problem. You join a company, you find that, hey, why these people are like that? They wear short pants. I work with a company, I think all the women there, they get up in the morning, they go to the toilet, and they put on their pajamas and come to work. Yes, I've said many times to them, did you just wake up from bed? They think I'm joking. I said, don't want to go further than that. But why? It is something there. Hey, how I dress is not important. How I think is more important. But if you don't dress very well, you can't think very well either. And that's what I'm telling them too. But slowly, I'm trying to change their culture. You understand? They don't take the trouble
Groom
to
themselves.
groom themselves. Whereas you go to Japan, and you know what? If you go to Japan, you go to a seminar like this, okay? People give talk like me, okay? If a woman and a man is not properly dressed, you won't be allowed to come in. You will not be allowed to come in Japan. women make good makeup, wake up, look good. Then only they will not say. You can't walk in short pants, no cannot. Slip on cannot. Japan. So different culture, okay? So this is number two thing, and that's also very crucial thing. See, organization, a company that work on the culture has got something in common. That it, when you say, as one example, you go to a big company, and in that company, they have what is known as a shared description of an organization, meaning
Identity.
sorry?
Does it mean identity?
Exactly. There. Now, I'm sure University of Malaya medical department must have some form, but nobody bothered to look at it. But that's not. It's about this sharing the value, and then they call it our core value. This is very good for understanding and for talking and all that, but whether it's implementable in an organization, I doubt very much it can be done. Okay? I doubt very much because examples of is set at the top. If the top don't behave, the bottom won't behave. So is the problem or not? So bribery or bribing such has to be started from the top. Xi Jinping, when he took over as the first time as the premier of China, he called all the Communist Party workers, everybody together. Private sector, everybody had come together, and he made a big speech. And he knows everything, right? Okay? When something they construct privately, the money is shared between the private sector and the government. Remember I told you the story? Remember? They shared. So when he came, he said, I am Xi Jinping. I am the president of China. I have to share. When the provinces succeed, when China succeeds, I am rewarded. I will be rewarded. Yes, I know this because I was the governor of several provinces. But from today, I'm the president. As a president, my reward shall be, and he bent down, to 2 rice bags. This is my reward. Nothing more. 2 rice bags is my reward. That's what he did. And he said, I want all of you, from today onward, your reward shall be the 2 rice bags, like me. No more. But he justified. He said, your salary has increased every year by 10%. From where you started to where you are now. Same like me also, he said. Enough. Now, this must be shared with people below you. He set an example. And since people don't want to follow it, okay, I will punish you. That's why he started the second term already against all kinds of bribery. Now, because he's willing to set an example, you understand what I'm saying now? So if you want to talk about culture, the idea is very good. See, again, it makes sense. It does. Like you come in the morning, you say good morning, everybody. Whatever you do, very good. But if everybody don't practice it, then it becomes a failure. Yes or no? You understand? Like as an example, if you are in the service industry, meaning customers come and buy things from you, can you shut down during lunchtime? Can you shut down? Cannot, right? So, some people must go for lunch early, some people a bit later, alright? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, in the Western countries, Okay? The lunch is only 45 minutes, not 1 hour. You can opt to do 30 minutes. You can have 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Okay? But no more. So you got to eat, come back to work again. So the company is running, not 24 hours, at least during the time. From about 6 in the morning to about 6 in the evening, 12 hours, the company is moving on. Without any rule. They have a culture like that. Almost all Scandinavia has got it. Okay? So look at this. Okay? See, because we are different individuals, we understand things differently, and our values are different. We try to use something common that it can make some sense. This is what we call culture. Moving forward, okay, the definition of this is again simple. Whatever we do together shall become the culture of the organization. How big an organization you work for? How big?
Quite big.
How big? How many people?
14 offices.
Sorry?
63 different countries.
Okay. So you are a big organization. You have a culture, I'm sure. Do you have it?
Yes.
Do you all have it? You practice it?
Not really.
Not really.
Not sure.
Huh?
Not sure.
Not sure or not clear?
Not sure.
Not sure. Who is the #1 man in Malaysia as an example?
It's a Japanese.
Japanese fella. Okay.
Yeah, we are from Japanese company.
Okay. So Japanese used to be very strong in the culture. Early morning come up and do this and do that. But nowadays also Japan also slowly cannot work because what? They have failed. Outside of Japan they have failed. Even in Japan, still very few companies do this in the morning. So also people are changing, their thinking is different. So they then value you by your delivery. What can you deliver? I pay you as wage. What can you deliver? What can you give me? I pay you salary. What can you give me? And they reward you like that. There's no like in Japan. Everybody get the same kind of reward. Used to be, but now no more. Depending on individual performance. No more collective performance. So in the government of Malaysia, it's collective performance. 1.5 months for everybody, 1 month for everybody. Okay? There's collective reward, which is not good. We don't know how to manage productivity. So the only way we know how is to do the same thing. If you really want to manage productivity, then your system of reward will be very good. Those who produce, you give more. Those who don't produce, you give less. Which is a tough thing to do, must be done. So that's another type of culture. Then you see, remember I told you just now, shape behavior. A culture is supposed to shape that behavior. Meaning what you do, your action you do, is supposed to shape that, make you perform better. But you know what, guys? Don't look at your company and say there's no bloody culture, forget it. Look at it yourself. You must set your own culture to be productive, good. You decide what is good for you. Don't care about the rest. And you do it so that you can produce better. Your results are much better. And so when you get good result, people on the top will see, or your immediate boss must recognize you. You cannot wait for him to recognize that you are perfectly good. It's okay. It's okay to tell your boss, hey, this is what I've done. This is not a bad culture, it's a good culture. To tell your boss, this is what I'm doing, this is the result I'm getting. This I hope to do this. The more you talk to your immediate superior, okay, you show, and if he is not paying attention to you, then you go one step further. Okay? Then tell everybody about it, okay? It's okay, provided the organization is improving. You understand? You guys will be enough. I'm not asking you to be individual. I'm asking you to show what you can do. But unless you show what you can do, nobody knows how well you do. For instance, you two came here, right? You two girls, you came here, right? Do you go back and report to your boss, say, I went for this talk on culture and all that? You want to talk to them? You should. Yes, you should. You show them this. I learned this. I learned that. You should. It's good for you. It's good for the organization. Then the next time you go around, you take few more people to go around. At least they can listen. You understand what I'm saying? So it's good to share. You understand? Now, how many of you get the magazine copy 10 points? You get, right? Do you share that with people?
Yes, I do.
You do. Do you share? You don't share, right? You put inside your envelope. Folder, leave it there, right? You should. It's the email. It comes in the email. You can download from the web. Okay? But you must share with people. How do you share? You can give them the link. Or you can print out. You want to print out this paper. Send a link. Huh? Can forward. If you do that, then you're sharing. That is good. In other words, you're telling the organization what you're doing. And this is something you must think, okay? It's also what? Look at this, okay? See that, as I said to you in the beginning now, it's a social system came from civilization. Started from that. And organization culture is a civilization in a workplace. It started off, as I told you just now, between doing the right thing, the wrong thing, examining that this is wrong, that is right, good and bad, and you know, you can go on. That's why the culture is a very old culture. The purpose of it was to, see the word, thinking and behaving. See the last word, thinking and behaving. See that? You allow people to think. Okay, nowadays, you have a major problem today because the current young people that come out of the university don't understand culture. They don't know what is all this about. So they behave how they behave at home and their friends.
Is it because nobody teaching them or
Yes.
nobody teaching them?
The education system has failed totally. Our education system throughout the world has failed. Education is a business. Make money. So it's not interested whether you learn or don't learn. That's your damn business. Oh, but I go to this fantastic university. Big one, very expensive. Yes. You want to go there. I didn't force you to come. You pay. But you cannot complain the professor doesn't teach very well. That's none of your damn business. You paid money to come here. I put up all the lecture on the computer, on the net. Read about it. Then you say, I can say I don't do it. Yes.
But isn't it your responsibility to learn or whatever? Because learning is different. Everybody learn differently.
Yes.
Yeah. Even the way you teach. Is it the way you teach or how you learn? Where are we going to wear this? How we teaching
And your point
it?
is?
No. Are you trying to get at how we are teaching it and people are not learning it? Or the way teaching it wrong?
See, the current system of education is, you come to my university to pass an exam. I give you all the materials to pass an exam. You sit for it. I cannot tell you your behavior is wrong. You want to wear one shoe on your head, that's your business. Or hang it on your shoulders, okay. You want to sit and drink every day and screw around with all the women and men and all that, carry on. My papers are in the web, reading. So you find it's up to you. The more you fail, the more money I make. You see now. What I'm interested in my research. Universities that do a lot of research and publish paper and all that get upgraded. Okay. From, I don't know, 7,000 pounds, is 7,000 pounds a term? They come to 14,000 pounds a year, a term. You want to come, that's what you pay. You understand now? So, you see, university don't teach you culture. When you do your MBA, as an example, you have to do all the work yourself. You've been there, right? You have to do it all by yourself. Then, once a week, I give you 1 hour. Is it 1 hour?
We had like half a day, right? 2 hours, one topic.
Exactly.
2 hours.
You talk, ask questions. That
No, for me it's a really waste of time. When the lecturer is teaching, I was thinking, it was a waste of time. I can do all this thing myself.
Exactly.
I really can do all that myself.
Yes. My grandson,
Hmm.
who is in Manchester, tells me the same thing.
That's what I told the lecturer during MBA. She was upset with me.
Who
I
was
told
upset?
the lecturer.
Yeah.
I told her what you're teaching is no use at all. It's a
But
waste of
you
time.
see, Pakya, I am not here to teach you. I'm here to show you the path, which book.
It's up to us.
That's up to you. You don't want that, it's okay. I'm not tying a chain on your leg. See, schooling is like that. Today, in fact, you notice that already in your Form 5 exam, already you can see. You go to Form 5, that's what they do for you. They give you chapter this and chapter that, and she comes in the morning. The teacher comes in the morning, tell you, chapter this, chapter that, this paragraph, that's it. Not like before, read chapter 1. I've never been to school, so I don't know. Okay, but I think so. Like before.
Even school is a waste of time, seriously.
Okay, yes, exactly. I agree. But you see, that's what I want you to understand. That because the student that are coming out comes with a paper and say, I got grade A, I got first class honors. And you find this person cannot do your work. You are not even a university graduate, you can do better work than him. And the boss employed the fellow. Some more, I got to teach you. How do you think will happen? So that's why you find that people become very individualistic. In a company, there's no cohesiveness. That's why the boss has a tremendous job. Difficult job. That's why personal evaluation has become very crucial. So you must actually show what you can do. You cannot expect to do all the work and pretend that you are the only one doing work. Cannot. You must show off. So that's a different type of culture. Like, yeah, sorry, but that's how it is. Okay, again, in a lot of ways, it is also a social control system, meaning you behave well. You see, in our country, we cannot go out and protest. Can you protest now? In Malaysia, can you protest? Can you protest?
Legally,
Huh?
illegal.
Can you protest or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow one.
Permit you must have. Okay. Yes, but you know what? I just give you this information. You can check it out. Do you know in China, they used to publish, in China, they used to publish every protest in the country, they used to publish until, okay, at one stage in a year, they used to be about 40,000 protests. Came to 150,000 and they stopped publishing the record, but they still keep the record, nobody knows. The cost of managing this protest for China is more expensive than the military of China. The cost of managing this protest. But it's very good for China. Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why? There's lots of protests. You never, no paper can publish it. It is hidden. That's why the Western people get fed up. But you know, as far as China is concerned, what do you know about my country? Go and look up by yourself. Huh? They know. Because why? Remember I told you the province? The protests are against each of the province. The protest is against each department. They are not being fair. So all these protests will be collected and sent to the central government, Beijing. Beijing becomes the judge. It will come down and solve. It's very good for China, but very bad for India. See now, they got to maintain it, no violence, no this, no. So it costs a lot of money. Internal security, they call it. So internal security is more costly to China than for their army or navy. The bloody Americans are stupid. They think that Chinese army is going to conquer the world. I mean, they got enough problem of their own. But their system is very good. Every time there's a protest, central government know about it. They don't know why. What are you guys doing? Bribery, corruption. They'll come down hard. It's good for the people. In our case, we protest means we go to jail. Because we are protesting against the authority. In their case, their protest is against what's happening on the ground. For China is very good, for India is very bad. So you see the different type. Social behavior. Okay? That's why I need to understand. See, the culture is like that. Okay, so you cannot say that this culture is good, that culture is no good. You cannot talk like that. What is good for you may not be good for me. What you and I must do is clean our lenses, perception that we have. How we see others must change. Change the perception to become better. So here is that. See, the definition is behavior. I mean, fit into the norms. Stay within the line. Simple as that, right? Yes or no? So if you are a boss, you have few people reporting, you must tell them what's your expectation from you. What do I expect from you? This is what you can do, this is what you cannot do. I state it in a small little way. So I manage my team very well. Then I show the company in my team is very productive. You need to show. And one way to do that is this. So like that, you can go on. See, again, this is not something that you do it once. It's a continuous thing. See, they always, in big companies like your Japanese company, in Japan they have that, but also in Japan, this culture thing is also slowly fading away. Fading, why? Because they are a developed country already. So you reach a stage, no matter what you do, you reach the top already. You reach the top already. You're not China. China only 40 years old. You've got 200-300 years. It's like America saying, America is saying, all the job got in China. All of them don't even know what they are talking about. That is not true. Give you one example, okay? One example. What is the price of iPhone? What is the price of iPhone X? What's the price? 6,000. That's a small version. X, 6,000 plus. In US, dollars, in US, okay, it's 1,000 US dollars. 900 nothing, that's the basic phone, most basic phone. Of the 1,000 US, okay, of the 1,000 US, this is a fact, okay, only 25 US dollars goes to China. Chinese get 25 US dollar, one phone. Okay? Another 200-300 US dollar goes to Taiwan, Korea, and Japan. Because those parts come from that place. You know, the 25 is for labor. That's it. Then the other balance is Apple's profit. So who's making money? China. Whether Apple is in China or not, China couldn't be bothered. Only $25 per phone they make. This is for the labor. Investment. Apple got no investment, zero. Who's investing the money? Taiwanese. You understand what I'm saying, So American Western culture is not to do you a favor. It's to screw you. So all this bullshit. So I'm just kidding you. You know, how do you balance this? Okay? So let's not talk about world affairs, our own locally. How can we use this culture to benefit our own self? So if you work with a small group of people, try as far as possible, get uniformity, and say, hey, how can we work together? What we need to do? Okay, so something in a way to yeah. See, again, understand that every day you employ new people, every month you employ new people, 6 months, adopt. They come with a certain culture. So how do you adapt it? You want to say, this company, this is what you must do. But 2 days later they leave. That's why you have turnover of people, especially in Malaysia. Because what? You pay me how much? $400. Oh, okay, developing $425. I go. People change because this is the reason is because you don't have to accept me. I can get into your culture, but first you must understand me. You want me to fit into something, you must understand me also now. It's like, before you rent your room out to somebody to say, hey, give me your habit first. Okay, I want to know all your habits. I said, no, thank you, you keep the house. What's the matter? Yes, sir. So, you must explain. You might put a rule out. Is this acceptable to you? We don't do that. After they join your company, like, this one cannot. So, these are problems. So, like that, there are many, many different types of culture. One culture cannot be said as the best. Every company, every organization, they are different. So let me just run through, okay? There is no one type of culture, and culture is ever changing. Because suddenly you employ one African fellow, he comes a different culture. You have to find a way to adapt him. Okay? Actually, if these bloody monkeys that we have in our country, they're intelligent enough, this is the country where all the cultures exist. It's how to put it together. They missed the boat. You understand? You know the man who discovered the Taman tribe was a Malaysian, you know that? Do you know or not? Taman tribe, Malaysian. Okay, he was awarded a prize in the world. He's migrated to China, full stop period. Okay? Next one. You know the WeChat is also a Malaysian, you know that? Also recognized by Chinese government, now recognized in the world. Zuckerberg, okay, all those people are this fellow is also that Malaysian. Okay? Sometimes we come to Malaysia to give talk. You understand? WeChat, you know WeChat? The fellow, WhatsApp, WhatsApp, you know WhatsApp? Okay, WhatsApp. He applied for a job in Facebook. They turned him down. He's the one who developed WhatsApp. But he's not a Malaysian. He's from the Eastern European country. You understand? So clever people, they don't need you. They will get along. You understand? Okay, so we don't know. Malaysia don't know how to look after these people who are clever. Okay? So let me continue, okay? As a corporate, people have culture in order to make the workplace better, to work together better, and to get results. That's a basic idea of this culture. Not necessarily the best, so you have different types. Okay? This one culture they call it collaborative culture. They can call it control culture. Then they call it creative culture, and they can call it by any name they want to call. But these are different type of culture. Do you understand? Okay, you guys understand? Okay, now give me a lecture on culture now. I'll sit down. You understand now? Are you in your home? Okay. Are you married?
No.
You married? You married? Married? No. So when you get married, you have two different cultures. Although both of you may be Chinese, you may be Cantonese, you may be anybody different. But two human beings, when they come together, each come with a different culture. You learn one another and try to understand courting time. But both don't show all their bad things. They only show the good things. After getting married, then you realize all the bad things come out, okay? Difficult, no? Then too late. It's not too late. I know of people, no? Today get married, 1 week later divorce. I've seen it. Cannot. Wow, this is a very strange person I know. So like that, when you employ somebody, interview very good, huh? Start work first day, huh? Wow. So you're not finding out the right thing about the person. Whether the person can fit into this culture. You understand what I'm saying? You understand that? That's what culture is all about.
But at times during the interview process, right, they do sometimes mention about the culture, but at that point of time, because that person is so desperate for the job, they tend to agree.
Tend to agree,
And
right?
the relative sexy.
So for that, you must do a test. You must do a test to find out whether the fellow is telling a lie or is pretending because he needs a job desperately. You must find out. That's why you can't ask a 22-year-old person to interview somebody what the idiot knows.
But in the interview, mostly they lie.
All of them lie.
They lie.
They lie completely. But the person interviewing want to see your character, understand your character. If you are interviewed by some low life cat, you bluff your way through. The fault is with the company. How do you get out of it? How do you make sure? See, it's like this. I mean, I want a job. I will lie through my teeth to get the job. I will. Okay? That's why nowadays, company go and employ people, experienced people. They don't want to employ rookie anymore. You read, I do not know whether you know this or not. Today, you advertise for job. People apply. 300-400 of them apply for one job. And they're not all Malay. They're all Chinese and Indian. A lot. Malay won't apply. God love you apply now. Because why? They think they can join the government service now. Okay, but that also has come to a stop already now. Because too much cannot maintain. So they're going to flow out and come out. When they flow out and come out, then there will be competition, which this country don't have. We don't know how to manage competition. We bring the standard down. But this will change, have to change. It will change, must change.
Even in schools it's the same.
Sorry?
Even in the schools it's the same. They have a different quota.
Yes,
Different-
correct.
Different marking system.
Correct, absolutely. I asked you, a Japanese company, right? How many Malay salesmen they have?
None.
See, what product you all sell?
No, we don't sell products.
What do you sell? Services.
We sell services to the investment.
Investment. Okay, fine. Got Malay, no? Don't have, right? There you are. There you are. They all join Arifin Bank or some. They won't. They're competing. They don't have that competing spirit. They don't have. You know how difficult it is to sell your services, right? So you must try and find a way to talk to people. A lot of things do. Your company, what type of work they do? Clerks, admin, that's it. Salesman? Because salesman job very tough, no? So there you are. So, but in a way, you cannot allow this to happen for a long time. Things must change. I'm not saying that it will go to change overnight, but I can guarantee you it will change. It must change. But we must be able to accept the fact that if we continue like this, it's not good for society, not good for anybody else.
But I don't think so. This can change.
Huh?
This cannot change.
It will.
And it will.
It will. It will. It will, my friend. It will. It will. It has to. But it cannot. Because why? You cannot leave one society of poor people. Cannot. It's human.
We are sucked to the system, and the system is just running by itself.
In the first place, this is done specifically for power grabbing. Okay? But it's come to a stage, then there's so much of division. Already can see, they call him Mookies and the fellow calling you Pariah and I don't know what else. The Chinese are not calling one another, hey you. They don't. The Indians are not doing that anymore. It's them. You can see that again. So it will change, it will change. It will. It must. It must, it will. But it is people like you all that got to accept it. So you find a good Malay fellow, think that fella can make it, then you must show him the way into your company. Give it a try, help him to succeed. This selling goreng pisang alone cannot. Nasi lemak, now got new nasi lemak. No? It's called lobster nasi lemak.
Wow.
Not lobster, that's crayfish. You know, our Malaysia, lobster is like crayfish.
Yeah.
Crayfish nasi lemak. Chinese started Penang. Very successful. Do you know what? Yeah, it's gone.
Must be expensive.
Huh?
Expensive?
No, you can get for $6. Or you can get for $35. Up to you. I just heard, you know, prawn mee, prawn mee, Chinese lah, prawn mee, okay? You can have a $6 prawn mee, or you can have a $35 prawn
Or
mee.
the bigger prawns.
No. What type of prawns you
Type
want?
of prawns.
See? Different innovation. But nasi lemak remain the same. Chinese fellow in Penang started this lobster nasi lemak, banana leaf. And Malay people go there eat, oh, very good lah, $35 a cup. Innovation, huh?
Yeah.
Survival.
Survival. competitive world.
Ah, yes, competitive. See, we must understand that. So we cannot blame China for coming to Malacca to build a port and all that. Competitive. Hey, I can do cheaper than you. What price you want? I do it for you.
Because they got cheap labor.
Sorry?
Labor is cheap then.
It's not cheap.
Not cheap. The factories and all that.
No, it's not true. China is moving away from production to service. You know what is service? What is service?
Service.
What is service? What does it indicate? When you don't want to do something and you want somebody to do for you, that's called service, right?
Oh,
You must pay for it, right? Right? Yes or no? Air conditioning. Even with this kind of air conditioning, you don't need a serviceman to do it. But our company will employ somebody to come and clean it. That's called service. But his charges will go up so high, you will do it yourself. We will not reach the stage yet. Do you understand? What business your company do?
Coffee.
Coffee, that's right. Is service important?
Yes.
Very important. How you talk to the customer, right? You take the copy and here, copy. Cannot, right? Teach them. Huh? Simple. Service. China is moving towards service. 6 years ago, they started dropping. That's why production is no more in China. Automation, yes. Everything automation, yes. So production costs will go down. No more labor, no more human. That's the kind of product they have to go out and compete. Which they are prepared to do. You can't compete with them.
Yeah.
You know why?
Culture.
Because why? They know what is competition. They compete among themselves.
It's in their blood.
They have learned already. Our fellows are lazy. Even our Chinese are very lazy here. Very lazy. Indians are very lazy. Yes. We don't have to compare. Why? Malay fellow stupid one. You know? Easy one, I can get it. See, we also don't have competitiveness. Yes, I'm telling you. So we must become better. So within our own company now, you all must become better. If somebody can do this, I can do better. Must compete. Whether it's selling coffee or financial institution or whatever. Even your medical. How can I be better? Culture or no culture, I'll move ahead. That's what it is all about. So you must build your own culture. The competitive culture, you must build it yourself. Okay? At the same time, not only competitive, but finding ways to do things better. The product that comes out, even good. Acceptable. So you must become better.
What happened when it can't fit in? It
You're
can't fit
dead,
in.
no? You're basically dead. No? You're dead. People walk over you. They will walk over you. Either you survive or they survive. Those who can't survive. Push away. That's what happens.
It's those who can't adapt cannot survive.
Correct. Adaptation. If you can't adapt, you die. You must survive. And you know what? Nobody owes you a living. Yes or no? Say yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Huh? Nobody. Do you owe anybody a living? Also no. It's your own, right? Correct or not? Now, do you think that I am God, I'm dead? You think somebody else will stand up and talk to you all this? You think so? What will happen? Will somebody come up and talk to you like what I'm doing? No, they won't. Even during my time of my life, I train all the people. They don't want to do this. It's a bloody waste of time. Why? There's nothing. You see, you must take this as a very good example. Yes. This nothing to do with charity, nothing. It's just that, hey, what should I do? What's in it for me? Okay? So, when you get all this, you must do something with it. If you don't do something with it, then all of you here, you have failed. Yes or no? Say yes or no?
Yes.
You must capture this moment. Capture it. This chap, I told him about the video and all that. When I told him, what? 31 years, yeah? Wow. He was shocked that there is such a human being doing it. But what I'm saying this to you, Doctor, you have an advantage. And then, whatever you learn, whatever you understand, go and do it. Because why? What I taught is information. When you take this information, you apply it, you do it, and then you get knowledge. And you only get knowledge when you do it yourself. Otherwise, wasted. Oh. Yes. You understand? So, you have to develop yourself. You are the king. Okay? I am going to stop here and I'm going to talk to you. Ask me a question, I'll talk to you. 15 minutes. Come. Sure. Are you going back tonight or tomorrow? Oh, very good. That's night train, right? Is that a night train? No.
Yes.
But?
Yes, another meeting.
Ah, okay. So when are you going to invite me?
Trouble.
You talk to my boss, or? Must talk to my boss. Bernard travel there and come back.
No, stay one night. Only stay one night.
Ah, stay one
Yeah.
night.
You
Huh?
can join in.
Can overnight already. You need time. So, you first time here, huh?
Yes.
Never seen you before.
Yeah, I'm his colleague.
Oh, just joined the company.
And now, few years already.
Oh, okay. What made you bring you here?
Our boss,
Huh?
our boss.
Your boss, huh?
Originally, our boss,
Huh?
our boss recommended us to join this time management training. But then I go to your website, I'm supposed to find out this training program. Then I go to your website, then I found you got this seminar, so free one, and that's how it started.
But only you come.
I came last year, so I told him next year it's time to come up.
You must remember the only thing that you have is your brain. What you have, a brain, what I call a mind. The second thing you have is time. If you see, time is life. You don't know manage your life, you cannot manage time. If you don't know how to manage time, you don't know how to manage your life. It's together like that. It's not a balancing. You must know how to manage your time and your life. It's together like that. Life being work, love, family, everything must do that. That's why it's important that you must manage your time. You must learn how to manage your time. You should. That's the key. And don't tell me, I can use Google and I can use handphone and all that. Okay, rubbish, you don't know what you're talking about. This is about managing our life. How can bloody phone manage you? Cannot. I hope you guys are using the system well. That's why I want to come and check and see whether you are using it properly or not.
We are still using.
Yes, I know you're still using it, but are you using it well? Are you managing your life better? That's my view. How many users are there? Sundras, how many users are there? Okay. So when are you going to make arrangement for me to go there and check how they're using the system? Think about it, okay? You know the boss, right? You know the boss? Bernard is a consultant. You must get to the boss. Huh? Met the boss. Peter stopped going already, right?
The last was last month, November.
After that?
Then they said later on that
Cannot. Then you better send VENGA. Yes. I'm telling you, Sundras, I have now seen 50 of my customers. And all of them, the 50 customers I've seen, up to now, to this year, I think 51 only, including yesterday was 51. In this 51, they suddenly realized that actually that they do not know how to manage their life and how life and time is together. That's what I found out.
Dr. Ega, do you think the culture can kill an organization?
Sorry?
Culture can kill the organization.
If the culture is diverse, in other words, let's say there are 4 or 5 different type of cultural behavior, of course it can destroy a company. UMNO is a very good example. Our government is a good example. Cohesiveness is not there. Take Singapore opposite side. One culture. That's the difference. Thailand cannot succeed. Why? Like that. Fighting. Everybody has one culture. I am right, you are wrong. In Singapore, I am Lee Kuan Yew. Okay? Whatever DAP say or PAP say, that's right. Do. You may disagree personally, nothing to do with it. Come together. This is the policy. The young generation must fall in. Unfortunately, because whenever Singaporean go out overseas, very bad name. Arrogant. Bloody arrogant. Singaporean. Rude. But they don't care. That's what it is. Culture. Because they are told, you are the best. Singapore. You are Singaporean, you are the best. Remember, you are the best. The rest all, no good. They train you military, huh? But that arrogant behavior can be a downfall. But if you look around, Singapore better than Indonesia, Singapore better than Philippines, Singapore better than Malaysia, Thailand, okay. Good, huh? Yeah. But something will happen. Sure, it will happen. Don't know when it will happen. It must happen. And somebody else become better. See, now China, Singapore has learned a very good lesson from China already. Cannot go there and tell China what to do. Yeah, they come to your country and show you how to do it. You see, they were very arrogant and they went to China. What happened? You build this, huh? So many $1 billion. Very good. So I learn from you. Next door, he build one half your price. Because he didn't build one, he built 10. Definitely it'll be cheaper. So they sell. Also, yeah, still standing, cannot sell. Cannot be arrogant. You don't understand. You don't understand it, talk like that. You think you know, you don't know. That's an important lesson. That's why don't go to India and say, I know. You don't know what you're talking about. Indians are far smarter than you. That's not our culture. They'll survive. Out of the 9 CEO in America, all 9 Indian. Google, Microsoft, what else? Facebook. What's the 9? The 9, huh? Google. The list is there. Yes, Pepsi, some more. 9, huh? Yes, 9. Pepsi, some more.
Sanjay Pichai is Google CEO. Sundar Pichai.
Then?
And then Indra Nooyi, CEO of Pepsi.
I forgot the list here. There's a list.
That's like 9 of them, CEO. 9 Indian. And 1 woman also. She advised Donald Trump. Advisor to Donald Trump. But, you know, that's why we cannot be arrogant. We know everything. We don't know a lot.
Dr. Indra Nooyi, Yale University graduate. Yale University graduate.
Yes?
Indra Nooyi.
Yale University.
Yes?
Graduate, so.
A little bit higher.
Who?
Indra Nooyi.
Oh, okay. She started off the cost accountant.
Yes.
Did you know that? Did you know that?
Accountant.
Cost accountant. In Pepsi. In Pepsi. She turned the company around, man. She's done